name is Francis Muumba, and I'll be your host today. And I just want to welcome everyone to this Success versus Greatness Facebook Live speaker series, which is a project put on by Engage, Inspire, Empower. And I'll just tell you a little bit about the organization and why we're doing this. Engage, Inspire, Empower is a nonprofit organization that was started by Patricia Muumba and a few other colleagues. And its main goal is to help immigrants who come to this country better transition to the American education system and workforce. So they help them with a lot of things like, you know, if you're in high school or college, they help you with your college essays, with, you know, writing resumes, with applying to grad school, all that fun stuff, or getting jobs as well. So we do it all. So a couple of weeks ago, I have this idea with my sister to have to discuss the topic of success versus greatness, because a lot of people think these two things are the same, but they're very different. So we wanted to get, you know, a few speakers together and have a conversation about it, just so we can have our Black youth, you know, see someone who's, you know, who looks like them and is, you know, being successful or great, or, you know, on that path, and, you know, be an inspiration to them, which is one of our, you know, mantras in our name: engage, inspire, empower. We've been engaging people, we've been empowering people, but now our goal is to inspire. So with that being said, welcome Micheal. Micheal Azira is a, you know, midfielder for the Chicago Fire FC, which is a team in the Major League Soccer. For those who don't know, it's an honor to have you in here, and yeah, we're gonna get started in a minute or two. So
thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we just wanted to. I want to start in a place where we do some brief introductions. So who is Micheal Azira? I just want, for those who don't know, I want you to give them a brief, short, you know, introduction about yourself.
All right. So first of all, I just want to say thank you. Like, thanks to your organization for having me today. I truly appreciate it. And the pleasure is all mine to be here to share my story, and hopefully you can be able to empower a few guys, or even if it's one or two, it'll be to be a success to me. So, but first of all, you know, I just want to say that, you know, I'm Micheal Azira. I was born in Uganda and born and raised. And then, but first of all, I'm a father. I'm a father of two. I've been married for 7 years because I'm a Christian. And that's who I am, you know. And then what I do is I play soccer for a living, and it's been my dream to play at the highest level possible. So I've been able to achieve that, and I've been able to enjoy myself. And some people think it's the best job in the world because you only work for a few hours and then you go home. But you know, it's a lot goes into it. But I'm truly thankful, and I feel blessed that I'm here today. And so just a little bit about me. And like I said, you know, I have four brothers and a sister, and it's only me who managed to have an education. And I'm thankful that, you know, I was able to have a degree, that because my mom always wanted us to go to school, but, you know, they couldn't afford it. But, you know, I always found my ways, you know, just, you know, so I was able to get like different scholarships at different high schools, like, you know. So I went to Old Kampala, but besides that, like, I won't say that it was fully a scholarship because someone was always paying my tuition. I found a friend who always was always been there for me since the beginning. So he took care of me and paid for my school. And then I graduated Old Kampala Senior Secondary School. Or before that, I went to Mengo Primary School in Uganda, and then I went to Old Kampala. I graduated at Old Kampala Senior Secondary School, and then after that, I did a year at Makerere University, and then I transferred here. I came to Kentucky at the university at Lynn Wilson's College, and I was there for.
So I want to stop you real quick. How did that happen? Because I've seen the story. I just want everyone to know, you know, what really happened, like how you make the jump from Uganda to Kentucky.
So I have a friend. I have a friend. His name is Henry Kalunji. He
Yeah,
lives in Charlotte, and
yeah,
oh, he lives in South Carolina. But the thing
yeah,
is, so we used to compete back home. It was in Chivuli Senior Secondary School. I was at Old Kampala. So we always competed a lot. So, but
yeah,
also we became good friends. So he came to the United States before me. So when he came to the US, he recommended me, and then the coaches came over to Uganda to watch me play, and
yeah,
then they offered me a scholarship. So I was like, I've always wanted to have an education. My parents always wanted to one of their kids to have a degree. And I'd made
yeah,
that promise to my parents that, Mom, I'll make it. But she didn't know where the money was going to come from.
yeah.
But I'm thankful to Henry and all that he did for me to be able to get this scholarship.
Yeah, it's I say it's unique because most people think that you move to the US and then it starts there, but these people came to see you play
Yeah,
in Uganda, which is very different. And I think it's
yeah,
it's a huge blessing because it's something that you're actually working to do with your foundation, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely a great story. So I just want to talk about your journey, within the realm of soccer, or moving to a different country. I'm sure there was a big culture shock, or a lot of things were different. How did you manage? How did this affect you as a person? I'm sure you had a lot of challenges that made you the man that you are now. Talk to us a bit about how you managed to persevere through that stuff.
At the end of the day, I would say it's all about the mentality and knowing what you want in life. Remember, like
Yeah,
as I said, growing up as a kid, I always wanted to play soccer at the highest level possible.
yeah,
So me coming to Kentucky, I grew up in Kampala, but I grew
yeah,
up in the ghetto side of Kisenyi, Mango Kisenyi. That's where I grew up from, but still, like, it's the city.
yeah,
So I went to when I came to Kentucky, like I was like, so we were flying. I'll tell you how it was. So
yeah,
flying from home, you get excited. I'm going to the United States of America, but you're at home, you only watch New York, you watch LA, you watch these
yeah,
Chicago, these big cities, like you don't know anything
yeah,
about
yeah. You
Kentucky.
don't
So
really see the
no,
the
they don't show
others.
that kind. They don't show that side to us.
Yeah,
So flying in, I was like, this is it. I think I've made it.
yeah,
But we flew through Chicago, we flew through Louisville. I was like, these are good cities. So
yeah,
I was so tired on the van, and I took a nap. And as we're driving, I woke up, and then I saw deers running. I was like, where are we going, man? This can't be
yeah,
right. This is not the United States of America. Like just cornfields on both sides. I'm like, where are we going? You know. So even like when we got there, I didn't know what time the meals were being served. Because back
yeah,
home you eat like lunch is at like 1, and then dinner is like almost 10 p.m. at night or 9 p.m.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
when we got here, they dropped us off in our dormitories, and we're like, oh, we're so tired, let's sleep, and then wake up at 1 p.m. to go for lunch. So we woke
yeah.
up at 1:30. When we walked down to the cafeteria was closed, and I was like,
Wow.
okay, whatever. So we just, so what we did, we went back to our dormitories, and they're like, no, wake up for dinner. So we woke up at 9. Going back to the cafeteria, it was closed. I was like, man,
Yeah.
Americans don't eat. What's going on? What time do they eat? So they didn't tell
Yeah,
us anything, but the next day I was like, I don't think this is a place for me, because there's
yeah.
cornfields all over the place. There's nothing to do. I was like, it was only us on campus by then, and just students were just trying to get back. But it was in the middle of nowhere. Columbia, Kentucky is in the middle of nowhere. But like
So
I had my
that was at Lindsay, right?
at
College?
Lindsay, at Lindsay, at Lindsay
Lindsay?
Wilson's college. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, but in the back of my mind, I was like, if this, what's the reason? Like, why am I here? I had to
Yeah,
put that question in my mind. I was like, why am I here? Because I came for school. I
yeah,
didn't come, because at first you feel like I'm just going to go and, just going to make, you think you're going to make money right away. You think you're going to make it,
yeah, yeah,
help your family and stuff like that. But, the thing is, so I was like, okay, The main reason, the number one reason I'm here is to go to school. So I was like, okay, I'll stay here for some time and then I'll move on. So I stayed there for 3 years and I kept on trying to leave, but the coach wouldn't let me go and stuff like that. Like the soccer part was fun. Like we play and then you win a couple of championships and stuff like that. But I was not working on campus. When kids, Christmas time, kids go home and I couldn't even afford my own flight, like my own ticket to go back home. And I was like, what am I doing here, man? But I always kept that in my mind. But I was like, I can transfer. I didn't know the rules by then. Like, what's the best way to leave this place? I need to find another school where I could go work and find a job where so I can take care of myself, help my family. So I called around and then I knew some Ugandans who were at the University of Mobile, and I called them.
That's
like,
in Alabama?
And that's in Alabama. So I just woke up one morning and I just left. I went to University of Mobile. And
really?
I got up and left because the coach always he didn't want me to leave, but I was like, it's about time I need to leave. So I left. And the only condition I gave to the other schools, like, you just have to find me a job on campus. When you be at school and you're like, kids have mailboxes and stuff, like keys, they give you keys. You go check your mail, like there's nothing in there. You're just seeing like, just people trying to sell insurance to you and stuff like that. You're like, dude, this is not what I want. Like, at least you need a letter from your family or from a friend or anything like that. I know it's something minor, but it's something, So I was just like, I need to leave. So I left and I got a job at University of Mobile. I started working in the cafeteria. I was just working on Friday and Saturdays and Sundays. And then, man, like, I was excited. I was like, dude, you can make $300 in a week. That's not bad. I was like, I love this job.
It's better than nothing.
Even afford anything. So I was like, I bought my own laptop and stuff like that. I was like, this is nice. And then I got a coaching job as well. And then from there, that was my senior year. I started thinking, I was like, okay, what am I going to do? Now, because in the back of my mind, I've always wanted to play soccer. It has always been my dream. So during school, I used to go play PDL in Mississippi, at Mississippi Bria. And I met a coach there who told me, Michael, you could go try out in USL, like they have a combine, because I wasn't invited to the MLS combine. And I was like, okay. So I trained, I really worked, I trained and just to prepare for this USL combine, because I was like, if this is my opportunity, I'm going to take it. I don't care about the money. I don't care about how much the contract will be. I just want to sign. I just want to put my foot in the door. So I went to the combine, I did well. Sorry.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what USL is United Soccer League, and it's a lower tier soccer league in the United States. But you can proceed.
So I got signed by Charleston Battery, and I was like, I think I was making like $1,400 a month, But me, I didn't even look at the money. All I wanted is the contract, just to put my foot in the door. I didn't care. I was like, if this is what God has given me, I want to use it for the good, So I went there and I was playing in every position, left and right, here and there, and then out of the blue they put me in the midfield. Oh man, I was just like, this is where I want to play. So I just played. I just gave it all, man. I was working so hard, and I scored in the championship. We won the championship that year. So I got signed for next year for another year. But, I was like, okay, this is it. I'll continue to play. But like I developed a good relationship with that coach, and that second year I did well. I had a good year. And then he called Seattle Sounders. He's like, oh, Seattle, there's a kid here. Would you mind taking a look at him? So I was like, okay, So the coach came to me, so Michael, do you want to go? There's a friendly game in Seattle. Do you want to go play? They're going to play Portland, because back then they had the reserve league. So I went, I was like, I'll go. And when I reached there, I wasn't even going to start. They put me on the bench. And then one of the players from the first team, he said, no, I don't want to start. I don't want to play in this game. And like I've always been a midfield.
Wow.
Like I know it. I was like, I was like, so when he said that he doesn't want to play, the coach just told Michael, get up, you're going to play. I was like, wow. But you know, I said a short prayer. I said a short prayer. I was like, if this is God's will, it's going to
Yeah.
work out. And they put me on the left midfield. I'd never played with the left midfield, but you know, I was just like, you know, I'm just going to go give my best. I play for the team and see what comes out of it. And then I scored the winning goal. And then after that, they told me, Michael, come back for preseason. I was like, yes.
You're a typical soccer player. You do anything to get on the field. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
man.
if you're playing left wing, right wing.
It doesn't
You
matter,
just
man.
need
The
to
ball
get on.
doesn't. Yeah, the ball doesn't change shape. You know, so it's a secular thing. You know, so I was like, you know, it doesn't matter. I'll just go play. So I played and I did well, and they invited me into the combine. No, into Seattle Sounders preseason. So from there, it's been a roller coaster, man. I went in preseason. They played me in every position, and from there, I've been able to. They signed me to a pro contract, and I was like, this is a dream come true. You know, because I've always wanted to play at the highest level possible. So they signed me for 2 years, and after that, I was in Seattle for 2 years, and I went to Colorado for 2.5, and then Montreal, and then I'm in Chicago. So
So that was a long story, but you know, as our viewers can see, you've really worked your way up from the the bottom of American soccer to the top first division league. You know, which should be inspirational to people, to be honest. You know, because you know, if you work hard and you know you pray and you're like, you know, you remain focused, you know, you can get to where you want to get to. You know, which you know brings me to, you know, another topic we want to talk about. So success. You've had a lot of success in your career. You know, you're winning with Charleston Battery. You know, you're winning with Seattle, the Supporter Shield, and you know, I forget what the other championship you guys won. Open Cup. You know, you mentioned before that you coached while at University of Mobile, right?
Yeah, we're in Mobile. Yeah, I coached the high school too. And we won a championship
you won
too.
there
That was
as
really
well.
nice.
So you really have a winning mentality, right? You know, so which is something that you know people need to know. You know, so it's weird how things work out, but I feel like that guy who decided to not play and you know have the coach
you know.
put you in kind of opened the doors for you, you know, which goes to show that it takes just one singular, you know, decision,
because you know it
or
always
one
comes
door
down
opens.
it always comes down to preparation, man. Because if you're not prepared, you know, like it's only like when preparation meets opportunity, you know. Because if you're not prepared, chances will keep on going away, you know. Because I was like, if I'm going to go to Seattle, I need to prepare. I need to train each and every day just to prepare for this opportunity. That's why when they told me go play, I was just like, okay, I'm going to go play, man. It's
So what about your other life aside from soccer? You know, how have you managed to, you know, adjust to life on the other side of the world, you know, 8,000 miles away from home, you know, that work-life balance, you know, kind of thing?
Yeah, you know, I don't know how I should explain it, but the thing is, you know, like I always tell people, like, you need to differentiate between who you are and what you do. You know, you can't mix them, you know, because I hear some players say, you know, who say that, you know, soccer is my life, but soccer is not your life. You know, you're going to play soccer for just a short while, and the time you're going to spend without playing soccer is longer than the time you play soccer. So I had to find things outside of soccer that intrigue me, you know, that interest me, that, you know, like starting a foundation or continue with my school, because right now I'm still doing my master's as well online, and then to balance with my family. So it's not all just about soccer, because soccer is going to end someday, but I always have my family around, you know. I'll always have like what I want to be remembered for, you know, how many lives do I want to change? How do I want to touch? So, and then my spirituality and my, you know, the friends, you know, so my work. So those things, you know, like, you know, it's things that you have to balance, you know, in life, that, you know, you need to know what you need to do to have a good life for yourself, you know, because doing the same thing over and over, it gets boring, you know. So you need to have other things in life, you know, like you see how people have hobbies and stuff like that. For me, like, that's why I say at the beginning, I told you, I'm a husband, I'm a father, you know. Those things last for a long time, you know, compared to soccer. Soccer is just for a short while. But, you know, I rather invest in things which are going to stay around for a long time for my legacy. And that's why, like, I invest more in my family and, you know, my foundation, and in the friends who build me, who challenge me, who want the best for me, and I challenge them as well. So, and then, you know, trying to serve other people as much as I can, because these are the things that give me joy, and we can never stop improving and growing as human beings.
Yeah, it's actually funny you mentioned that, because I was going to switch over to, you know, the things that really give you joy, which I assume your foundation is a big piece for you. So I just wanted you to talk to us about, you know, some of the work that you've done with it, you know, what the success level is to this point. I know it's been around since 2018, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but just talk to us about the work that you're doing.
Yeah, so we started in 2018 with my friends, because there's some tournaments we used to play in back home, like Shell, you know, City Tire, but all those tournaments went away. And so we decided, like, what can we do? Because it's through these tournaments that I was seen, you know, and they've been able to see, they saw other players as well. So I was like, what can I do to give back to my community, and also to help another kid, because someone helped me to get here. So I want to do it for another kid. So I was like, you know, so me and my friends, there's my friend Ronald, he went to Liberia Secondary School, and then my friend Musa, then we have Edison Bender, and then we have a girlfriend named Mercy. So we decided to start a tournament whereby, you know, because I was like, what can I do with my platform that I have, that God has blessed me with? What can I do for the next kid? So I was like, let's start a tournament, but mostly focusing on education and character development. So we almost, like, we don't charge. We charge like 20,000 shillings, Ugandan shillings, which is it's almost nothing. So because we wanted to make it open for everybody, so that every kid can come and play, and all the coaches. So we feed them, we transport them as well, we buy them accolades and the stuff that I get here, like jerseys and stuff like that. The teams which get to the final get these things, and we donate balls, we donate jerseys, we donate stuff like that. But we also focus on the issue of mentoring players, you know, to guide them in the way they make their decisions and stuff like that. So usually before they go to bed, I go where they're staying and talk to them and encourage them and motivate them as much as I can, by sharing my story, and also encouraging them that, you know, it's possible, they can make it as well. You know, I know we all have different paths in life, but the thing is, you have to find your own path, you know, and until you make it, you know, don't try to be something you're not. Just be true to yourself, always work hard, and be honest in everything that you do. You know, things will work out, you know. So we focus on those things, and also, like, as I say, the education part. We work with people back home, trying to find scholarships for kids, or even if it's half scholarships, and also we buy books for kids if they want books and stuff like that. So it's been good so far, and we want to expand it as much as we can, try to find more opportunities, because there's a lot of talent back home, but there are no opportunities, you know. So we want to give kids access to these opportunities through soccer and education.
So the best thing, like, I read the whole website, you know, and I the thing that stuck with me was the mentorship program, you know, where you have, you know, people come and share stories with the kids, and, you know, with the aim of making them make better life choices. You know, I think it's something that, you know, a lot of those kids need. They just need the right guidance and the right, you know, the right
Yeah,
talk to really put them on the right direction.
yeah,
Yeah, but I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. And a
thank you.
couple of weeks ago, actually, I saw a commencement speech by Steve Harvey in it was at a school, I think it was in Kansas, maybe. And he was talking about the difference between success versus greatness, which is where the
Yeah,
idea for this whole thing came. And he
yeah,
was like, success is, you know, is for you. You know, it's something that you work for and you get. It's an outcome. So, you know,
yeah,
finding a job, you know, graduating college, all that stuff, it's yours. But being great, you know, is impacting someone's life, you know, helping
yeah.
out another person, you know, which is something that you're doing with your foundation or with your platform, you know, through all that stuff. You know, whether you agree or disagree with me, I think you're great. That makes you great. You know, going out of your way to like help out, you know, other kids and, you know, quote unquote pass it on. You know, it's it's a beautiful thing. I don't know what you think. What does success mean to you?
Yeah, like, I agree with Steve Harvey, because at the end of the day, some people attach success to money and accolades and
Yeah,
big houses and big cars, but all those are byproducts of success.
yeah,
At the end of the day, being successful is having that peace of mind, knowing that you did your best to achieve your
yeah,
goal, and
yeah,
becoming the best version of of yourself. So
yeah,
I agree with Steve everywhere he says, about, setting a goal and working towards it and achieving it. Because I feel like
yeah.
success is for every single day. It's not just one day and then you're done. You know, we can't stop
Exactly.
doing the little things, to prepare you for what you want to achieve in life, and
Yeah,
with greatness, like sometimes I always sit down, I'm like, like it's like having the best, you know, having these natural abilities compared to other people, you know. But at the end of
yeah,
the day, it's about changing lives. It's about touching other people, adding value to other people, because you can have
yeah,
all the money in the world, but if you're
yeah,
not using it for the right reasons, for the right intentions, at the end of that, I don't think your people will say you're great, and
yeah,
that's why, people like LeBron James has been like how he builds schools with all the money that he gets and giving tuition to students and stuff like that. I think that's great. But also I feel like, we are all capable of being great in such a way that,
yeah.
it's all about serving other people with the right intentions. You know,
Mm-hmm.
don't serve people for because you want something in return. You'll never get good results
Yeah,
out of it. You should have the right
yeah,
intentions behind it. Do it out of love, without judging, without anything. Do it out of love because you want to add value to someone else, because someone else is something for you. So
yeah,
success, I know some people think that, greatness can't happen without success, but, I think they're a bit different, and they're all, um, it always comes down to how people see you as well, the perspective, their reputation, and,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
think character beats reputation at any day. So, and I think to me, success is peace of mind, having that peace of mind, I did my best. And greatness
yeah.
is serving other people without any intentions behind it.
Saying, what advice do you have for the, you know, for the youth coming up, you know, or someone who might be, they might be going the right direction, but they don't really know what the future holds, you know?
Man, the youth, man, we can sit here for an entire day,
Yeah,
who you are, you know,
yeah,
know who you are, and don't try to fit in. We are
yeah,
all different, life
yeah,
life happens to everyone. It's 10% happens to you, it's 90% what you do about it.
yeah,
Because we all come from, we don't choose where we come from or where we're born, but it's up to us to do something about it, to change our lives, and
yeah.
mm, and the other things, like I always talk about, be honest, you know
Mm-hmm.
make good friends who are going to challenge you. Don't make
Yeah,
friends who just, be like, oh, you're good enough, it's while even training, don't do that, So find people are
Yeah.
going to say no to you. Be like, hey, that's not
Yeah.
good enough, Find those kind of people around. Surround yourself with those kind of people. And, and also you have to work hard in life, man. If you want something, you have to work hard for it. Nothing will be given to
Yeah.
you. Mostly, like as you said, you work with different immigrants. So
Yeah.
you come here, you have to work hard, man. Don't go for the easy shots. Don't go
Yeah.
for easy things, because easy things, like as they say, easy come, easy go, So those things
Yeah.
don't last, It's always good to work for something, to work for yourself. Those are the things that you get joy out of,
Yeah.
It's if you're given each and every day, you're not learning anything. Go work for
Yeah.
yourself. Go ask questions. How
Yeah.
do you do that, Francis? How did you do this?
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with asking, and because
Yeah.
you need to put pride aside and go ask questions, be like, hey, how did you do this? What can I learn? You know,
My mom tells me that every single day, asking questions doesn't make you stupid,
no, no,
so
no.
yeah,
Yeah, and
you
the one who
have to
doesn't ask the
embrace
questions,
it.
the one who stays stupid, he doesn't learn. You know,
Exactly,
because
exactly.
if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So you have to
but
fall in love with the process of learning.
yeah, we can't stop learning, man. You can't say that me, I'm there. But to the youth, I was like, I always tell them, just work hard, man. Just be curious, ask questions, and be honest in everything. Be honest, man. Don't
Yeah.
lie around. It's very important, be honest in everything that you do. It's That's all I can say to the to the youth, man.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, switching gears to, a an issue that we've had in the United States for a long time, which is police brutality and, all that stuff. I just wanted to quickly talk about the Black Players Coalition, which is a new directive by MLS for the Black players. I just wanted to know more from you or your opinion on the whole thing. Do you think the league is doing a good job of tackling these issues, or they're still lacking in that?
Yeah, so that's why they started the Black Players Coalition, because there's certain issues which have to be addressed, and
Yeah.
having the Black Players Coalition in place helps communicates with MLS, so MLS can know what they need to fix, what they need to do, so
Yeah.
there is fair representation in the league, fair representation in the coaching staff, because if you look around, there are very few African American coaches, even in colleges.
Yeah.
There are very, very few. So the Black Players Coalition was just put in place, so that it's like a reminder to the league, that there's certain things which have to be addressed, instead of just keeping quiet, and
Yeah.
just to go with the flow. Certain things
Hmm.
need to be addressed and be fixed. That's the most important thing. That's why it was put in place.
Yeah, and I feel like as a nation we need to get together and be unified in this fight. We can't have some people on board and then some other people not, because we'll keep coming back to the same issue,
Yeah.
which I feel like we should have done some work already, but like the world wouldn't be the world without issues.
No.
We would really, yeah, we need something to have dialogue about, to argue about, to butt heads with. So yeah, it's a great thing. Like I saw the whole presentation when the teams were in Orlando, like the first
Yeah.
day when MLS was back in the tournament. It was a beautiful thing to see, and I was
Yeah.
really, as a young black man, I was like, oh, okay, MLS is doing work. Like they're listening. They're like,
Yeah.
they're giving players the platform or the freedom to express themselves, to send their message out to the world, so to speak. And it was a good thing to
Yeah.
see, because I feel like in the past, there have been countless young black men and women who have been killed, but there was really no reaction that was as big as this one. This big, but uh, I feel like we as a people, we came out in big numbers. We responded better than we've done in the past. and I couldn't be any prouder of how we tackled the issue. And I feel like, it's a good step, first step. It's not we're not there yet, but it's a good first
Yeah.
step.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done for sure, but at
Yeah,
least
yeah,
hopefully people can have change of heart, and hopefully they can do the right thing where it's needed, because it's every life matters,
mm-hmm.
and people need, like as we talked about, people, there are a lot of issues to be addressed here, and egos need to
Yeah.
stay to be egos, and pride, they need to go aside, and accept people for who they are, and not trying to change them, not trying to fix them. It's love for people without judging them. It's
So
instead you should try to embrace their culture and learn from them and learn their differences.
it's something that we can talk about for days, but yeah, I just wanted to get your take on the Black Players Coalition, because I didn't know much about it. I had read a little bit, but now I know a bit more about it. So I'm definitely glad I know now.